Would you like to read the Bible and know how to read it?
Yes.
Huda, do you feel like you know how to start reading the Bible yet, or do you have questions that things we could talk about that might make it easier?
Yeah, I have a question for you about the way how, from which part we can start and how we can start reading the Bible. Like, I don't know if I start from the first page and go page by page, or I need to start from different pages. If you can give me more explanation
Sure.
about that.
Why don't you pick up the Bible here? This is an English and Arabic Bible. And you will notice, friends, sometimes we use different translations in English and in Arabic. And this one is English and Arabic. And if you look in the very beginning, there's a table of contents. In another episode, we talk about the Old Testament and the New Testament. But I'd like to explain today what that means or what those books are from. The books of the Old Testament are the books that the Jewish people had, and some who were not Jewish, but the old books from the prophets before Jesus came. We call that the Old Testament or the Old Covenant. That was the way God revealed himself to man, the instructions that he gave us to live, and the prophets that prophesied the Messiah. And that was contained in the Old Testament. But when Jesus came, we received the New Testament. The writings of the New Testament do not change or cancel the Old Testament. They fulfill it. They make it richer. In one of Jesus' parables, a parable is a short story that has a deeper meaning. In one of Jesus' parables, he said that if you know the law, the Old Testament and the New, it's like you're adding old treasures and new. It's more rich. So it's great for us to know both the Old Testament and the New Testament. In the Old Testament, we have books that will be familiar to Muslims, or at least the sections that we call these books. For example, have you heard of the Torah?
Yes.
In English, we call it the Torah. Those are the first 5 books of the Old Testament. We call them also the books of Moses because he is the one with whom they are mostly associated, and probably he is the one who organized them. So that includes Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. There are 5 books of the Torah. And as Christians, we are so happy to say that we have those books preserved, and they're in the Bible. These are the same books that the Jews will also read, and books to which the Quran refers. In fact, it's very difficult to understand certain stories of the Quran if you do not have the Old Testament to refer to, because that's where the fuller story is told.
The Bible contains the Old Testament, which was written before Jesus, and the New Testament, which was written after Jesus.